everybody, this is Beth McCullough, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Iowa in the United States. Happy Card Making Day! It's World Card Making Day today.
Yay!
Yay! Are you wondering who that is over there? He's off to my left. I don't know where you see him on the screen, but this is my sweet husband, Steve.
Hi, everybody.
And we do Facebook Lives together. He's actually pretty funny. I am not.
Oh, we'll see about that.
But we do them Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Central Time, Wednesdays at noon Central Time. Here's my host code, and I blog at stampingmom.com. I've been a demonstrator since 2003, and I love to make cards and little gift boxes, items, pouches, all that stuff. So I have 4 things to show you today. The last card is my official real card for World Card Making Day, but I want to show you a couple other similar cards first, just to give you more ideas. Now, these first 2, the paper retired on, September 30th, but I'm going to show you anyway because I bet you already have it in your stash. This is called an Accordion Fold, and the Designer Series paper measures 5.5 by 12, and then you score it at 1 3/4, 4 3/4, and 7 3/4. Now, this is a great way to use up Designer Series paper. And between you and me, we know you probably have a lot of Designer Series paper. Do you think I have much, honey?
No. There's always more you need.
I've hidden it from him, obviously. So this was the sweet set that was from Celebration, right? I fussy cut the bear out of the paper, and this is the layering circles and the rhinestones. And when you do it this way and you like both sides of the paper and they coordinate, it's awesome. I actually made 2 of these. Here's another one in the Fresh Freesia in the Just Jade. So these are fun and easy cards. They use up lots of Designer Series paper. But then I thought, well, maybe they're a little flimsy. That was one of my thoughts. The other thought was I like it when we have a Designer Series paper with a scene. So here's what I came up with next. This card, I hope you think it's pretty. I'll hold it up close. This is the Nature's Harvest coneflowers. I gold embossed those on early espresso cardstock. And then I added the gold metallic pearls. These are in the annual catalog. This die right here, this will surprise you. Honey, do you know what die that's from?
I do not know what die that's from.
This is actually the Hippo and Friends dies. For the Hippos and Friends, here's a tip for you. I put my dies that go with my stamp sets inside the stamp set. I'll show you what I mean. I put the magnetic piece in here and keep the dies in the stamp sets together. But in the Hippo dies, the other Hippo, I'll show you that. It's up here. These Hippo dies go exactly with the stamp set, the little hippo and the little horse. So I keep it in here. But these dies are awesome. And I kept forgetting what stamp set they were in. So I keep these separate in with my dies, my layering circles, my stitch rectangles, everything that I use all the time. And then I have a note here, 10 dies here, 15 dies in the Hippo Happiness case. Isn't that smart, honey?
It is. It's a great way to stay organized.
Yeah. Way to pat myself on the back.
You know what? This stuff doesn't do you any good if you can't find it.
Exactly.
Right?
And why do we buy stamping stuff? Not to collect it. I want to use my stamping stuff. So anyway.
Sounds like a mantra that you say over and over to yourself.
Well, there were some early time in the early years, honey, that I bought. I was a collector. And that now I actually use my stuff.
I've been to our basement before, so
You've been to our basement?
Yeah.
Okay. I try to hide it behind cabinets in the basement, but apparently he knows they're there. Okay, so on this, I said I liked picking a paper with a scene. This is so pretty with the gold on here. And then I took a sentiment, thinking of you, and I gold embossed it. Now this sentiment, it doesn't matter. You can use whatever one you have. I happen to use the Thinking of You out of the Quiet Meadow stamp set. And then the difference with this is it's on a card base. So this is actually 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then the DSP is shortened. I'll show you that on the one we're going to make. Another thing I did on this is I put a piece of Sahara sand and I stamped the flower on the back. So here's where I would write the note. So what do you think? Do you like this one, honey?
I do. I like the scene. It reminds me of like a wildflower meadow.
Yeah. I thought it was super pretty. My teammate and friend Barb Kingsley helped me make this card, and I love it. Now, here's my real World Card Making Day card, and I'll tell you what you need if you want to make it along with me. So we're going to use a piece of polished pink cardstock, and it measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Now, this is the base. And then for the scene, look at this. I used this beautiful silver tree paper. Again, it's a great scene. The difference on this is it's a little bit shorter. It's 1/4 of an inch shorter. So this is 5 1/4 by 11 3/4. And then I scored it at 1 3/4, 4 3/4, and 7 3/4. And you can see that right here. Another thing I did is I took the Banner Year stamp set. This is in the annual catalog. And I used the Christmas Wishes right here. And the silver embossing powder. And I heat embossed it. So it looks pretty all together. Now, what else you need is a piece of, I used basic white cardstock. Oh, look at that. I put Christmas Wishes on twice.
You can never have enough Christmas wishes.
Lots of, you know.
Everybody needs Christmas wishes.
I made this earlier than I made this, but I really liked how it embossed. It's super pretty if you can see that because it's thick. And then I did a star. Let me show you where that's from. This is also in the annual catalog, and Tidings and Trimmings has the best stars. This little star that I used inside is this one right here. And then for the outside of the card, I used the big star. Isn't that cool, Steve?
That is very cool.
So we're used to doing Facebook Lives. So we're used to people asking questions and commenting. So
was that you...
This is actually silver foil from the mini catalog that I used on both of them. And this pink DSP is from the Whimsy and Wonder DSP.
So you could run the foil through your machine.
Exactly.
With your die, and then you had to poke everything out.
Right. So 1 3/4, 4 3/4, and 7 3/4. Now this whole piece is just going to be adhered to the center of my card base. So it's super easy. It's even easier if you have glue in your bottle.
Details.
Yeah. Are you tired of doing videos? This is Steve's second video today.
Well, and we're trying to be expeditious with everyone's time, so I'm not saying as much as I normally would. I would have gone on 3 or 4 tangents by now.
So you're not funny today?
It's not that I'm not funny. I'm holding back, okay. Which is hard. Yeah. You know that it's hard.
It is hard, isn't it? Now, on these original ones, I told you I like the DSP on both sides. Well, on the one I showed you earlier, I put a layer of cork over the top because it did not coordinate well with the designer series paper. This time it coordinates, but it's kind of boring, don't you think? Do you like this?
Yeah, it's a little washed out for the beautiful silver underneath of it.
So I have an answer for that. I took the silver foil out of the mini catalog, and then I used this beautiful embossing folder, also in the annual catalog. It's called the Evergreen Forest 3D embossing folder. It is a carryover from last year because it was so popular. And I went ahead and I cut this at 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. And I'm actually just going to glue it on right over the top of that. So if you like the paper that's there, just leave it. I wanted this to be a little fancy for World Card Making Day.
Yeah, you're going for it.
So I'm going to put this right over the top and cover that whole thing. And can you see that on the camera, hun? It's really pretty that way. Okay. And then our sentiment layer, we're putting this on the back. So I like to do tutorials, and I give a tutorial bundle away with each purchase on my blog. So if you're somebody who likes written tutorials, I have lots of them. Go check it out on stampingmom.com. So this is the back of my card for the sentiment layer. Now we're going to add the star. So I adhered these two stars together. I'm going to take out my Post-it note. And I want my star to go up here because I have another thing I'm going to add. In this same set, the Tidings and Trimmings, I not only used this star and these two stars, I also used this little one. And I did some polished pink stars. That was a last minute add-on. And I thought they would be cute. I popped them up on mini Stampin' Dimensionals. And when this is open, I think I want to do 3. We like to do odd numbers.
Oh, I like that. It's a pop of color in the middle of the white and silver.
Yeah, I thought of that at the last minute too. I feel like I do that.
Getting better and better.
You know, I do
it. If we had waited another hour, no telling what it would have looked like.
Do you want to come back in an hour and see what else I could add to it?
Well, we don't want to do too much though.
Okay. So do we want it all the way on here and cover it up with the big star? Or do we just want like these 3? Maybe I'll do these 3.
Well, you want to make sure it's still going to fold. Because if you're popping things up where you're going to fold, it may not fold back together.
I thought about that. I thought about putting it flat. But my friend Jean says everything is better with dimension. So I usually pop everything up. Because Jean is smart.
Yes, she is.
Okay. So that looks cute with the 3 flowers. Originally, I thought about putting 1, and then I'd have to be careful because I wanted the star here to cover that. And then it would surprise you when you open it. But I like it this way. So now the only thing with this is...
Deciding the placement?
Yeah, deciding the placement. It can really go anywhere. And also not gluing the whole thing. Part of this star... Oh, and this is what's going to show. But I think that's okay, don't you?
Yeah, it's Christmassy.
It's not quite the same pink. Or we could...
Double it up.
You know what we should do? Can you do me a favor, hun?
I can. Just
Here.
Give me the paper.
Or do you want to come over here and talk? What would you rather do?
I'll do this. I'll feel like I contributed.
Okay.
So by the way, my frantic run across the room thing was because suddenly the laptop battery indicator came up. And that's the last thing we want to have happen when we're shooting a video.
So I'm going to give this to Steve to run this star through with the polished pink. And I'm going to put that on the back. So that's another thing to think of. The pretty whimsy holly paper is showing. But, oh, and I'll tell you one other thing I did. I try to practice and make it just right, but sometimes people tell me they learn more from my mistakes. So I'll show you another mistake. When I was putting Christmas wishes everywhere, put it over to the left far enough. Look, the tiny bit of the S shows when the card is folded shut. But I don't think anyone's going to notice that, so I didn't redo it. But it would be good to keep your sentiment all the way over or put it in the center section, either one. What do you think, Steve? Does it matter the S is showing?
Where?
Right here.
Oh, no, nobody's going to notice that.
Yeah, that's between
Except
you and me.
Me. Now I'll notice because I know it's there.
Now you're going to look at it. And okay, so this whimsy paper was okay.
It's a great card except for the S. Just
Honey,
kidding.
What a nice job you did cutting this.
You didn't notice that?
You get an A for die cutting.
You know,
Okay.
as an assistant demonstrator, I aim to please. This is what I'm here for.
In case you're worried about Steve, Steve and I met when we were 12 years old, and I adore him, but he lets me tease him.
Did you just do that the right way? Oh,
yep,
it's the same color on both sides.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the print on the front and then the solid pink on the back. But I adore him, so please don't feel sorry for him. I'm not abusive.
We enjoy teasing each other.
Yeah, we do tease each other a lot. Okay, I'm going to put it just like this. And I'm going to put glue. Remember, don't put glue on the whole star. I wish you guys could chat with me. I wonder what you're doing for World Card Making Day. Are you watching all these videos? It's super fun that Stephanie got all these demonstrators together to do so many videos and make it a really fun day. Okay, I'm going to put it just like that.
That's going to take some time to set.
It is going to take some time.
The foil and it's
do you think we need rhinestones in the drawer, honey? I think we should put some rhinestones on too.
A lot of stuff going on there.
You know, we got to keep going. Okay, down a drawer, third drawer on the right there. Let's add some rhinestones.
What a fancy
it's
card.
Gonna go with the snowflakes.
Well, what we really need is a cartwheeling polar bear. That's what we really need.
Okay. Go back to my videos, and Steve, this same bear, the day we made this card, he wanted it to cartwheel, so he did. We figured out a way, and we have the cartwheeling bear on the snowball rolling down the hill. So,
but it wasn't just me; it was all the other people that were watching. We had the campaign for quite a while to get her to do it.
Yeah.
But we finally did, and then we all enjoyed it.
Yeah, Steve is proud of himself. He comes up with some great ideas. And what about your Hawaii card, Steve?
Oh, that was I was goaded into designing.
Goaded, not by me. I am innocent.
I had to design a card and actually make it. And at the time, I thought it was like really cool. But when I look at it now, it could be improved. But, you know, it was off the cuff, and I was determined to make an original fun fold. So
that is awesome. Well, here is our final project for World Card Making Day. It looks like this. I put a few rhinestones. You could add more. It's like sparkly snowflakes, honey.
It's beautiful.
And then you open it up like this. A few rhinestones show, and the Christmas trees. And then on the back, more Christmas wishes. Just what we need. Well, anyway, if you made it to the end, thank you. We appreciate you. Again, we'd love to have you visit us Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Time or Wednesday at noon. And we have a lot of fun, and we make a lot of cards, and we love meeting people from all over the world. Do you have anything else to say, hon?
No, but please come back and join us again.
Yeah. Happy World Card Making Day. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.
Bye.